So, as you guys may already know, it's been just under 4 years since I touched a drop of alcohol. And today, what I want to share for you are 5 things that I hate about being sober. Now, that is a bit of a exaggerated title. Obviously, I don't hate being sober. Being sober has made so many amazing things in my life possible. I've traveled the world, I've started my own online business, I've got into an amazing relationship, I'm in the best shape of my life, and there have been so many great things that have happened. But at the end of the day, I like to tell people that just because you've stopped drinking alcohol doesn't mean that all of your problems will all of a sudden disappear. That's not how it works. When we stop drinking alcohol, our problems are still going to be there. So I actually want to share some harsh realities with you, right? It's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows. There will be triumphs, there will be tribulations, and today I'm going to give you the raw truth. I'm going to put everything out there so I can really help you on this journey. Now, just before we actually get into the video, if you want to get access to a free video training that shows you the strangest secret to controlling alcohol without AA or therapy or rehab or willpower, click the link in the description. There'll be a training video for you to watch there that will really show you how to control your drinking using first principles thinking. You'll put your name and email address in and then you'll get instant access to it. You guys will love that, so do make sure to check out that video down below. And now back to the video. The first thing I hate about being sober is that I must take full responsibility for my life, right? When I first got sober, I was not happy with where things were, right? I looked at my life and I just saw chaos, I saw a mess, I wasn't happy with how I looked, how I felt, I wasn't happy with the people in my life, I wasn't happy with the work that I was doing. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, the day that I stopped drinking, I was not in the place that I'm in today, right? It's almost a miracle that I am doing what I do right now and making these videos and living in Thailand and doing all of this cool stuff, because before I was literally living in my friend's bedroom whilst he was on holiday because I had minus 500 pounds in the bank account. I was borrowing money off my family. Listen, just under 4 years ago, I was pretty much starting from zero. And just when I got sober, somebody basically told me, a mentor of mine, he said that if your life is not where you want it to be, it is all your fault. It's nobody else's fault. Everything's down to you, and you must take absolute full responsibility for everything that you've created. Now, once you do that, it's very powerful, right? But when you stop drinking alcohol, you might not be in a place where you're happy, right? You might be unhappy with certain areas. But that is one thing that's going to be hard, is actually saying, you know what, it's my fault, right? You weren't born this way. It's all your fault. Yeah, there are elements that aren't your fault, right? We've been conditioned to see alcohol this way, right? Alcohol is a drug. There are many things that aren't our fault, particularly with how we view alcohol, but it is 100% your responsibility to change it. And not only change your relationship with alcohol, but start changing all the different areas of your life, right? And whilst I say that I hate this, I say I hate it because it was hard at first. It's hard to put your ego aside and say, do you know what? I've messed up. But once you've done that, you get the power back. You become powerful, you become strong, and you be able to take absolute responsibility of where you're at and where you're gonna go next. So it's powerful, but it's hard. The second thing that I hate is, people actually rely on me now. When I was drinking, I was a lot more fickle. And I know not everybody's like that. I know for a lot of you, you hold your job together, things are going well, you've got a relationship, and you may have people that already rely on you. Now, when I was drinking, there were definitely people that relied on me, but not to the scale that I'm at today, right? Now I'm responsible for over 100 clients in a coaching program. I'm responsible for helping you guys making these YouTube videos. I'm responsible for looking after family members. I'm responsible in my relationship. There are a lot of people that actually rely on me. If I was just to stop doing what I'm doing, a lot of people would get affected. If I was just to close my program Sober Clear down, people are going to be upset. If I was just to close my business down, the family that I look after, they're going to be upset. And people rely on me. And that can put pressure on us. I do sometimes feel pressure. I feel pressure to perform at a high level and not to let those people down. So again, is it something that I hate? I guess it's a hard thing that I've got to deal with. I don't necessarily hate it, but that's life, right? When you start removing alcohol, when you start stepping up, when you start becoming a better leader, people will start relying on you and you can't let them down, which, you know what? It might increase pressure in your life. But you know what? Diamonds are forged under pressure. Pressure is not necessarily a bad thing. To me, having people rely on me keeps me in the game. It keeps me accountable and it feels good. It's good to contribute. The third thing I hate is that I no longer have any excuses, right? Back when I was drinking, I did have an excuse. Oh, I can't go to the gym, I'm too hungover. And in my mind, it was, I know it was a bit stupid, but it was a rational excuse to not step up and do the things I needed to do. I've got a job that I don't like right now, but you know what? I'll get it out, who cares? I always had an excuse. And now that I'm not drinking, Like I said, it's all my responsibility now, and I have no excuses anymore. I literally have no excuses to not be in better shape, to not have a business, to not have good relationships, to not be a good friend, to be in a positive mindset. I've got no excuses anymore because there's no alcohol in my life. Sure, like I said, there are going to be difficult times even when we don't drink alcohol, but you no longer have the excuse of drinking. I can't look at my life anymore and say that I'm unhappy with things and feel no sense of responsibility. There's no excuses anymore. Alcohol is gone, and again, it's a good thing, but it's a hard thing. Which leads me to the fourth thing, and I remember back when I was drinking alcohol, I would always say to myself, yeah, I'll do it later, I'll do it eventually, someday, tomorrow. And these days, it's not like that. There is no more waiting for tomorrow, right? If things need to get done, they need to get done now. Let's say, there might be books that you want to read, or books you want to write, or videos that you want to create, or things that you want to do. And then the weekend comes around, or the evening comes around, where we've got a bit of spare time, and it's like, do you know what? Who cares? And guess what? When you're not drinking alcohol, there's no more waiting for tomorrow. There's no more wasted evenings. There's no more wasted weekends. It's go time. And that's why I always talk about, first, you've got to reframe how you view alcohol, but then the second thing that you must do is really focus on building a great life without it. And guess when the best time to start that is? It ain't tomorrow. It's not this weekend. It's not next week. It's right now. So is it something that I hate? Maybe, in a way. It just means that I've got to do more. I've got to step up more. But to me, that's pretty awesome. But there's no more waiting for tomorrow. And the fifth and final thing is that I had to move away from some relationships, right? As I started growing and I started improving and started getting different interests and stopped really wasting, a lot of my life away, there were certain people in my life that didn't want to go that path. They didn't want to walk that path with me. They were happy with where they were. And do you know what? That's all well and good. I had friends that drank alcohol and they were incredibly successful. And do you know what? Maybe I have to say it. Maybe they were somehow better than me. Because there was no way in hell that I could do that and be the person that I am right now. No way in hell. And I had to move away from some people. And you know what? Yeah, that is a little bit upsetting. But it's also okay. It's okay to outgrow certain people. And like I said, there really is nothing that I truly hate about being sober, right? It's changed my life in every single way. The same way that it's going to change yours. And the same way that I've seen numerous people now in the Sober Clear program change their life as well. And not only in the coaching program, but also the hundreds of thousands of individuals that watch this channel. And if that's one of you, have a great day.